I was like, hey, why do we do this?
What's up, fellas? What do you guys think? Who you guys think will win?
I'm not voting neither. I ain't gonna lie.
Not voting? Well, if you had to guess, who you think's gonna win?
On the bill though. I'm not voting on the president.
A bill?
Yeah.
Which bill?
I don't know. I'm gonna see when I get there.
Well, if you had to choose, like, who do you think? If you had to just guess.
Shit. Whoever gonna lower the taxes, you feel me? I'm trying to lower the
That'd be
taxes.
Trump, actually.
Yeah, Trump. All right,
Yeah, 'cause
Trump.
he lowered taxes when he was president the first time.
Trump then,
you
bro.
vote for?
I don't think I'm going to vote because I have my qualms with Trump. I liked him the first time around, but this time around he's a lot different.
Yeah,
He's a little more radical on abortion. I'm not really down with that.
Yeah,
So
that's the one thing that's kind of like iffy about it.
what you say? What?
I don't really affect me.
Well, actually, it can. Let's say you get with a girl and you get her pregnant. She said, "I don't want this baby," so it does affect you.
I ain't never slipped up.
But I'm saying if it did, it's always a possibility. You know what I mean? So, for example, men have to go to the draft, right? But women don't. We haven't gone to the draft, but the possibility that we can. So it still affects you. That makes
But
sense?
isn't it like if you like disabled, though, you don't gotta go to the draft, huh?
Well, yeah, there's exceptions, but I'm saying in general, there's always potential of something, right? Right? So if you get a girl, that's potentially she can say, "I don't want this baby," and you want it. So it does affect you. You know what I mean?
I guess it does, yeah.
So
In that way, it does,
yeah,
yeah.
that's why women say, "Oh, you can't." Yeah, it's like, no, I can't speak on it because if I get a girl which makes a decision, that affects me.
Yeah. Right.
So
But I'm not really gonna vote on them. Like, I don't know, I feel like they're both corrupt. You know?
yeah, well, you have a point, but in my opinion, I think Trump's the better candidate. In my opinion, Kamala is just radical all around. She's been vice president for the past 4 years. What has she done? Do you know what I mean? If there was that much of a change, the news would be talking about it, but they're not. So why would we pick her to be president if there's no good news at all? So I think Trump's better, but I'm curious to see what people think, though.
Okay, that's what you're doing right now. You recording for like.
Yeah, I'm live on YouTube and Facebook. So yeah. Yep. You too, man. God bless you guys. All right.
So I'm like, yo, I was standing in the gap. Y'all
You want to talk to me? All right. Hey, what's up, everybody? Back out here again at Sac City College, asking people today who will win the 2024 election, Trump or Harris. So, getting students' thoughts on this to see what they think, who they think will win, and why. So, should be interesting. Appreciate you guys all for watching. Like this video. Do like the video because it helps out the algorithm. So, do hit that like button and share this out and tell others to like this video so people can watch it. So, dude. People always get shy whenever they see me with these questions. What's so wrong with this question? I don't see anything wrong with it. So apparently there's an event happening here. There's some tables out. I guess it's for recruitment for, I believe it's like certain subjects in certain colleges. So thank you, Sean. I appreciate you for sharing it out. Yeah, so there's like a little small event happening, and I figure why not be smack dab in the middle of the crowd so I can talk to these people. So hopefully we'll get some people to approach. We shall see. Make sure that I'm in view. Let me know if I'm too close or too far away from the camera. Let me know so you guys can have a good view. And if you guys can hear me okay, let me know too if the mic sounds good.
See you later, Belinda. Nice to see you. And I like, hey, sorry.
Hello, how you guys doing? Come on. Why not? Come on. So am I.
What's up?
What's up, guys?
What's going on?
I'm just asking students today who you think will win the 2024 presidential election.
Oh, cool. We're with the cult. Do you want to join our cult?
No, thank you. But you guys can join my live and answer this question. Who do you think will win?
What do you think is going to win?
I don't know, actually. I think it's close, in my opinion.
I don't know either.
Yeah.
If you had to guess, though, who do you think the more prominent candidate? If you had to guess.
I would guess probably Kamala, just because I feel like Trump. It's not as much. I think Kamala Harris is going to win because I feel like Trump lost a lot of Republicans. He has a lot of very, very cult-like following, but I think when it comes to numbers, I think Kamala is going to probably edge that one out.
What makes someone a cult when they follow Trump?
Not really. I guess I wouldn't call it a cult, but more idolizing him and just putting him on such a high pedestal, like that parasocial relationship they have with
Because
him.
he's just Trump?
Yeah,
Well, I
yeah.
can tell you what makes it a cult is that you get separated from your family members. A lot of people who are Trump supporters, let's say someone has a change of heart, they'll fucking hate you after that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like I have family members who have gone really far into the Trump end of things, and then they just turned into a completely different person.
Mm-hmm.
They it's just like how if you watch like one of those Netflix documentaries about a cult, their family members disappear, they don't talk to the people they usually talk to, and they're like afraid to leave their community because they don't want to lose the support they have.
You don't think the same thing happens on the other side? For example, there's a lot of people who support Kamala just because she's a woman. You don't think that's like weird?
No, I don't think that's even true, actually.
That is, though. I mean, I came here and actually asked people why they're voting for Kamala. You actually watch it on my YouTube stream. They like her because she's a woman.
I think
And because she's a person of color.
I think it's fine to. Hello. Do you want to join my cult?
A cult?
Yeah.
Hell yeah. What kind of cult?
We worship blah, 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 blah.
I'm so down.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. What are the downsides?
You give us all
So
your
many.
money.
Okay.
Bad afterlife.
Oh, hell yes.
Really long bad
How
afterlife.
torturous. What
Just
kind of
10 out of
like-
10, 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10? Okay, I'm so down. When do I kill myself?
After you give us the money.
Well, you have to do an insurance policy where we
Life
are the
insurance.
beneficiaries.
So
After
then when
that,
you
it's
die,
cool.
then you kill yourself whenever.
Okay. All right. Good to know. I'll make sure to join. Thank you so much.
Anyways,
Do you guys ever approach black people and ask them this?
About
No,
what?
I don't really approach people and ask them about politics.
No, not politics. What you guys just offer him? You ever approach like black people and ask them this?
We were asking everybody here.
Yeah, even the black people.
Why wouldn't
Sure.
I?
You don't think they'll find that offensive?
No, they
No,
love it.
the Black Student Union over there, they actually loved it.
Oh wow.
They were joking with us.
So then slavery doesn't really matter, huh?
What?
What?
They were torturers, right? In slavery.
This is a
right.
Halloween joke.
We're,
This is a
we're
bit,
doing
yeah.
a Halloween joke.
Yeah, so am I. Just trolling you.
Okay.
Anyways, but back to my question though. You don't think that people who just vote for Kamala, who are just a woman and person of color, that's not strange to you?
I think it can be good to want that sort of progress in the world. Yeah.
Well,
we
if it's good to vote for Kamala because she's a woman, person of color, why is it wrong to vote for Trump because he's Trump?
I think there's a lot of other reasons
I think
people
that's
vote
fine
for
to
her.
vote for Trump because he's Trump.
Yeah.
I'm just
I
not
think it's
doing
fine
it.
to vote for anybody, right?
Well, you guys have different opinions.
What?
Not really.
No.
Do you think it's fine to vote for anybody?
Yeah, I don't care. I mean, I don't like Trump and I think he's doing bad things.
But that's
Like
she
like
can-
what, for example?
She can vote for what she wants to vote for.
Like what's one thing bad Trump did?
He's saying he wants to use the military to deport a bunch of people. The whole thing with January 6th, wanting to ban certain news stations. I don't know.
Yeah,
I
let's
feel
go
like it's
point by
pretty
point.
subjective. No,
we're gonna go away.
You sure?
Yeah.
All right. You wanna just bird watching or person watching, whatever you wanna call it? Okay. Okay. Do you have a guess who's gonna win? Like, do you have a guess who's gonna win?
Honestly, no. I hear a lot of like mixed reviews on both sides.
What do you think, though?
What do I think? Not much. I don't know.
Are you voting?
Yeah, I'm voting.
You gonna vote for Trump? Oh, so you're gonna vote for Kamala? So what are you voting on then?
Jill Stein.
Oh, okay. All right, that's cool.
But mainly Green Party. I just really want to make sure that people are paying attention to the environment. I think it's really crazy that like it hasn't like rained until like yesterday.
Mhm.
And it's like it was literally October 31st and nobody's really talking about it.
Mm.
And Mount Fuji recently just experienced its first snowless October in like since like 150 years ago.
Yeah.
So I think just the earth is wrong for him.
What do you think about the fact that Trump was energy independent when he was president the first time around?
Green
But-
Party stole it.
Well, I mean, but you said the environment, right? I'm just saying Trump actually was helping the environment when he was energy independent, and then Biden got in, he was energy dependent.
That's cool for him.
Okay. I'm just saying Trump did care about the environment. Not trying to sway you on Trump, just saying that one did and one didn't. That's all. So, but if you want to go Jill Stein, that's fine.
Everybody's got their ups and downs sides.
Yeah, that's fine. Even Jill Stein, right? I'm just messing with you. But yeah, well, if anybody wants to talk to me, people always seem nervous to come and talk to me. I'm not actually anything too just not controversial, right?
You're gonna bite.
I know. I mean, I don't, but Well, this question's not bad though, right? It's not a bad question.
Your last one was worse. This one's fine.
My last one was worse. Which one? The why women wouldn't vote?
Yeah, that one was.
What was wrong with that
That
one?
one That one was a little bad, but this one's good.
Well, why was that one bad? Shouldn't
I
we?
think a lot more people would take offense to that one over this one.
Well, shouldn't we know why women vote? Because right now they're actually leading in early voting. It's like 55% women leading in voting in early voting versus 45% men.
Well, yeah, but I think the way that they took it was like you were perpetuating like women should vote.
Should they though? Then they should.
Just about.
What about all the women in 1920 who didn't want women to have the right to vote? Like the anti-suffragettes. They didn't want women to have the right to vote. They didn't think that women should have a right to vote because they had it easy back then. Yeah. So were they correct or are we wrong?
I'm only here now.
Right.
I don't like to.
Okay. What if a black person said we need reparations because of slavery? What if a black person said we need reparations because of slavery? Should we not care about the past or should we care about the past? We should care about the past then? Huh?
Who are they getting reparations from?
Well, whoever it's from the government, right? So let's say the government says, let's say black people say, oh, we need money from the government for slavery, reparations, right? Should we care about the past then? Right. So then we should care about the past, about women who understood that women shouldn't have the right to vote, right?
I mean, if you're really into that.
I am. I think it's important. Look at how women voted. What happened?
Also, this is not trying to be rude at all.
What's up?
I'm just genuinely curious.
What's
What
up?
do you do for work?
This?
Really?
Yeah. I mean, I can say my other work, but I'm not that personal yet.
No,
not,
yeah,
not,
no.
not comfortable to say
I was
anything
just
else.
genuinely really curious.
Yeah, this is just like what I do when I have my days off.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Gotta work when you don't work, right?
Yeah.
I guess. No, I'm only out here for like 2 hours and then I'll go home.
No, you're fine.
It's just- well,
I was just curious. Like, I was thinking about last time. I was like, I wonder what you do for a living.
oh, I work. I just,
No, I know. I
just,
didn't
yeah.
remember.
If I give it away, especially if I'm live, it's all bad.
right now?
Yeah. Huh? Yeah, I'm live right now. Yeah. So.
Instagram or YouTube?
YouTube and Facebook. Yeah, I'm actually blocked from Instagram. I can't go live for like over a year now.
A year?
Yeah, I know.
Wow,
Tell me about
Instagram's
it.
really strict, though.
Yeah, they are. For no reason though. So it is what it is. Maybe someday they'll let me go live before I die. So we'll see what happens.
Okay, well, you have a good one.
Hey, you too. All right, looks like we got a super chat. Oh, my man Sean, man, thank you, Sean. Appreciate that. The Canadian dollars. No. He said people often call black people Uncle Tom for voting Trump. Yeah, we'll see what happens, man. We'll definitely see what happens. What's up, sir? So, see if, like I said, hopefully people want to talk to me. You know, I try to be very lenient out here. Try to be calm, cool, and collect. You know, treat others the way I want to be treated, I guess. So, but yeah, appreciate it, Sean. Thank you for that, man. I do appreciate that. And hopefully we get some more people to talk to me. I always say that what up, Nolan? I always say that the worst thing is waiting for somebody to come and talk to you. That's always like the worst. Not the worst, but it's like that window, you know? Gotta be patient. Stand around till someone comes to talk to you. What's up, sir? What's up, fellas? What do you guys think? Who do you think's gonna win, Trump or Kamala?
Probably in California, Harris, of course, but overall, I don't know. It's pretty 50-50.
Oh, okay, all right. It's a good point. It's a good point. People are dressed up in Halloween costumes too. Just pretty funny. Forgot today was Halloween. What's up, sir? What do you think?
Is the video?
Yeah, I'm asking people a question about who's going to win the 2024 election, Trump or Kamala. What do you think?
That's a tough one. I think Harris, though.
Think Harris will?
Yeah.
Why?
Well, I feel like most people saw the debate that happened was a month ago, 2 months ago.
Mm-hmm.
Trump did, I'm just saying, personally, I don't think Trump did a really good job in that debate. He kind of like didn't say anything at all. He didn't really do much.
You don't think that the media was the ones who were moderating, were fact checking him a lot, but not fact checking Kamala? Did you catch that part?
Yeah, I did, but I don't think. Well, that does matter, but if Trump really had something to say, he would have brought it up himself, and he would have known, like, what exactly to spout on about.
What do you mean? He was talking about the cats and dogs. They're eating the cats. They're eating the dogs. No, I'm just. I mean, yeah. I think that debate. Yeah, obviously it wasn't the greatest, but I do think that the moderators would be a little bit unfair by always fact checking him and not fact checking Kamala. Because if she's gonna say things too that's dishonest, she should be called out on that, right? So doesn't that kind of show a little bit of favoritism towards Kamala?
I think it does, but unfortunately, Trump just doesn't really seem to have anything. Like they asked him if he had a plan, right?
That bee is like right there, bro. So that bee must attack me, bro. You see that?
Yeah.
Holy moly!
It was going for you.
I know. Probably
They
Kamala.
asked him if he had like if Trump had a plan,
Yeah.
and he said that he had a concept of a plan, but he didn't have a plan because they needed to put him in the chair of president.
Well, to be fair, Kamala didn't have a plan either. She didn't have anything on her website for the longest time, and then like 2 months ago, she just put plans on her website, so she had nothing either.
It's better than what Trump was doing.
But Trump actually had plans on his website,
But
like way before even Kamala did. And matter of fact, he's been talking about plans since even last year, the year before that. Huh?
In the debate, they asked him about the Trump Act, the 2025 Trump Act.
The Project 2025?
Yeah.
That has nothing to do with him. That has nothing. He actually disavowed it multiple times. Like you can actually look this up. He disavowed it. That has nothing to do with him. You want to know why? That was the Heritage Foundation. The same Heritage Foundation came up with plans for Obamacare, and Obama ended up using that. So it has nothing to do with Trump. So he has his plans. It's called Agenda 47.
He didn't talk about it in the debate.
Well, I mean, when they're hammering him down constantly, trying to like fact check.
That's what the point of the debate is, to
Sure,
be able
but
to-
it seemed like the moderator was the one debating him and not Kamala. You know what I mean? So I mean, kind of hard to get somewhere where the media is constantly being biased towards you. You're backed into a corner at that point. What are you supposed to do?
I mean, yeah. Well, either way, like the.
But like,
Even-
but
since they
aside
did
from
that, I feel
aside
like-
from that debate, just your thoughts overall, just of Trump or Kamala, who you think will win?
Kamala.
And-
Biden won 2020, assuming the same thing is gonna happen. She really has nothing else either. Like she hasn't done anything. She's like.
She's been vice
I have no
president.
opinions on her, right?
Yeah, she's been vice president for almost 4 years. I mean, if there's really that big of an
She doesn't
accomplishment,
seem like she wants the position. She doesn't seem like she wants, or like really feels like she needs to be the president, right?
yeah.
I don't know how to explain it. It's just I feel like Kamala is just like the way people are gonna go just to not go with Trump.
Yeah, I can see that happening like here in California. Yeah, so I mean, so you don't think that like there's a chance for either of them? Like it's kind of up in the air.
I mean, I feel like Harris has a slight advantage over Trump.
Who do you want to win?
Who do I want to win?
Mm-hmm.
Well, Harris, just because well, my family's like immigrants, right? And Trump, like, I know this whole thing was like building the wall and thing, and like keeping immigrants out. And Biden built the wall too. Biden was building a wall in Texas, but
Well, I mean, he didn't start doing it until very, very late. The thing is with Trump, is it immigrants or is it illegal immigrants? 'Cause I think that's the big difference. Because Trump has always been for legal immigration, not illegal immigration. As a matter of fact, in his first time being president,
I think
that was one of his policies. The zero tolerance policy was to prevent people from coming over illegally and trying to human traffic children, from the cartels, from forcing women to SA, all that kind of stuff. So Trump was actually trying to prevent illegal immigration from happening. In his run now, what he wants to do, he actually wants to give immigrants a chance by stapling green cards to the back of their diplomas, whether they're 2-year, 4-year, whatever. So he's for legal immigration, just not illegal immigration. But the media will keep telling you that he wants to deport immigrants without putting the, illegal in front of it. So do you think that's like kind of not fair on Trump's end when the media keeps telling you he wants to just deport immigrants, period?
I think, I don't know, dude. I think I'll have to do more research now.
Yeah, I would encourage that. Don't even take my word from it. I would just encourage that because both sides will say things to get you to vote for them. But the thing is that on the more Kamala side, they say certain phrases and not being clear about that what they're talking about. You know what I mean?
Another thing with Harris, I think she's gonna win because like, just looking around here, I doubt that many people really like focus in on what like their principles are. Like me, like I'm not focusing on what their principles really are either.
Well, it's interesting that you say that. I was actually out here last time, and I had a list of issues that people cared about, and many cared about immigration, some care about inflation, and they talked about it on both sides.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Like a lot?
We didn't get a lot because it was such a dead day that day. It was like nobody here.
How long ago was that?
This was like almost a month ago. Like a few weeks ago, maybe. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, I talked to like 15 people that day, and they had like some said abortion, some said inflation, some said immigration, some said foreign policy. I was trying to understand like where their minds were at when it comes to issues. I was trying to figure out which way they would vote. Yeah. So, but yeah.
Well, nice talking to you.
Yeah, you too, man. Take it easy, all right? Yep. God bless. I'm on YouTube and Facebook right now. I'm actually
live?
Yeah, live right now.
Really? What's your channel?
Today with Julius.
Today with Julius?
Mm-hmm.
Julius spelled
Julius.
All right, I'll check it out.
All right, man. Thank you. God bless. What's up, ladies? All right. I wish people would come on camera and talk to me about this, but I get that many are shy. I don't blame them, though. That's usually what tends to happen when I try to talk to people. They get a little bit shy. You say you need something more controversial. I know, not yet, Nolan. After the elections, I'll get a lot more controversial. But let me see. Who else? Sean saying that's 6 months work in Canada, bro. Be careful. All right. Sorry, Sean. All right. Hello. How you doing? Doing well. Who do you think will win? Who do you think will win the 2024 election? Trump or Kamala? If you had to guess. Probably Trump? Who do you want to win?
Harris.
Why Harris?
I feel like with Harris, she's quieter, and sometimes it's annoying.
Quieter? You didn't see her yelling at her like her last rally?
Oh no.
She was getting wild.
Oh no, she was.
Yeah.
But with Trump, it's always a spectacle.
But isn't that fun though? That he just makes it fun? Like, wouldn't you want to go to a party, someone comes in, it's like, woo! Not coming in just like wallflowering it?
Party, not to rule a country.
I know, but I'm just saying, like, wouldn't you want it to be at least somewhat fun though? Like, somebody who's like comes in, just kind of, chill, rather than Kamala, who's just like super reserved, not really answering questions. I mean, that's kind of boring, right? Yeah, it's kind of boring.
I mean, it can be.
Yeah.
When it comes to the ruler of your country, you kind of have to be a certain way.
Yeah.
You can't just, unfortunately, you don't have the luxury to just be yourself.
You don't think Trump was like? How do you think Trump was the first time around?
With Trump, honestly, I kind of just forgot because I tried to forget, not because I wanted to forget.
Yeah. Do you not like Trump?
He's not my favorite.
What makes him not your favorite? Like, what's one thing that you could think of? You're like, I just don't like that.
He's a little too opinionated, not in a good way.
Aren't we all though?
He can be.
Yeah.
I guess what sets him apart from other presidents is that even though he may not breed the hate, he attracts it.
How so?
Sorry, I have to go.
Okay, no worries. That was funny. She said, even if she said if Trump doesn't breed the hate, he attracts it. I said, how so? She thought about it and was like, I have to go. I was like, all right. What's up, guys? What do you guys think?
Hell yeah, Trump.
Trump gonna win? All right, cool. I was gonna ask him why, but he just kept on walking. Anybody that says Trump, gonna ask him why. Not gonna ask him why, but he just kept on walking. I'm gonna try to spread out more from the phone so I can get more wide range view. Too much shade though. It's a problem. Too much shade over here. So the lighting is not gonna be as good. What's up, sir?
Hey, what's up? What's going on?
How you doing?
What's all this about?
I'm asking people who they think will win for the 2024 election, Trump or Harris.
Oh, that's cool.
You want to participate? It's not that bad of a question. I'm just trying to figure
I
out.
know. I'm trying to see. It's really close.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but it's really close.
Let me ask you this: who do you want to win?
Well, Harris. I come from Latin Americans, dude. I'm not gonna have Trump. No.
Why? What stands out about Harris makes you want her to win?
She's never offended disabled veterans, or she's never on camera directly offended disabled people. And I'm sure she's not perfect, but she's never offended dead veterans. Vanessa Gillen.
So let me. So
as a human being.
Point by point. Let me ask you about the disabled. What did Trump say exactly?
Do you not remember the interview when he mocks the disabled reporter and does the hand gesture?
Oh, you mean the? Okay, so the one that.
This was.
This was years ago.
But this wasn't like 30 years ago. This was like a few years ago.
Yeah. I remember watching that. Did you feel the same way when he was talking about Ted Cruz in the same way? He was doing hand gestures about Ted Cruz too.
Yeah. See.
So was he really mocking? Is Ted Cruz disabled?
Have you met Trump? He will find a way to make
I've gone
fun
to
of
his rallies.
He will find a way to make fun of anything.
Right.
Do you want to hear a direct quote from him about Vanessa Gillen's death? The veteran that was...
Well, did you hear what her sister said?
I hear a lot of things a lot of people say.
Did you hear what her sister said?
What did her sister say?
Her sister said that none of that didn't happen. She actually supported Trump and voted for him.
Yeah, I don't agree with that. Her sister is nothing in this conversation. This is about what Trump said about Gillen.
Wait. Yeah. Her sister has a dead sister.
Yes.
And the media...
But she's not running for president. She's
sure.
not going to be up there making big decisions.
But the media
the
said that Trump said these things, and there's no proof that he said it at all. Her sister even said that Trump met with her family and gave condolences to her family. Her sister said this.
He said it doesn't take $60,000 to bury a fucking Mexican.
Where's the proof that he said that?
There's an interview. You got to do more research.
Did Trump say himself?
You got to do more research, dude.
I did do the. That's why I'm asking. I did do the research. You didn't even know about her sister.
Yes, I know.
So you didn't do the research.
Yes, I didn't know about her sister. That's on me.
So,
and
yeah.
You're right. And you will have that cookie. But here's one from me. You know, everyone knows how Trump is.
Sure.
Even the people that vote for him.
Sure.
They know he says whatever. Okay. And I'm sure Harris isn't perfect.
Yeah.
But I would rather have someone up there that doesn't just say whatever. That is just the bottom line. The talking out of his ass, I can't do that.
So you can see that Trump didn't say anything bad about Vanessa. That was made up. There's no proof.
Okay, there may or may not be proof, but I would rather have someone that doesn't talk out of that. Okay, so you're a Trump supporter then?
No, I'm not a Trump supporter. It's just that I pay attention to both sides.
Okay.
So I can tell you that.
Positive you can tell me about Harris, because you seem to really defend Trump right now.
Yeah, the one thing that I can say about Harris is that I think it's pretty crazy that she became vice president. I mean, that's awesome. That's awesome for her. She became vice president.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool, right?
It is.
Right.
But who will win?
Yeah.
I'm not sure. It's tight. Who do I want to win?
Yeah.
Not Trump.
Right. So that's why when you say Harris, well, that's why when you make these claims, I'm trying to ask for proof, because people seem to know things because what the media says, but there's no proof. And if you can't find proof, then why go around saying information to people that you just don't have proof of?
On camera that if I hear about
we're not talking about that. We're talking about what you just said about the Vanessa thing.
He has said enough stupid.
Because you coughed and said Vanessa.
He stopped, and he has said enough things live on camera, he has said the most absurd things on camera in front of people. So would you believe
Kamala Harris called 18 to 25-year-olds stupid? Is that cool?
Yeah, but
is that cool?
She never mocked a disabled person.
Neither did Trump.
Dude, come on, man.
He wasn't mocking him. I guarantee he did the exact same head movement for Ted Cruz. Is Ted Cruz disabled?
So you're saying that it's okay if he does it twice?
Didn't say it was okay. Never said that. When did I say it was okay?
You're right, but
When did I say it was okay?
You're weighing in on one thing and you're ignoring another.
Can you answer my question? When did I say it was okay? Did I say it was okay for him to do that?
You didn't say it was okay, but
okay.
you just
then why would you? So why would you again make a claim that I never said? You know what I mean?
You added the Ted Cruz thing, so it's not okay. That he
Yeah,
does it.
I'm saying that
But
because
you see how he keeps doing it?
When did he keep doing it? Did he do it now?
He did it. He mocked the reporter, then he mocked Ted Cruz. He just keeps doing it.
Did he do that now?
He keeps saying awful things about anything or anyone. That's just how he is.
What else did you say that was awful?
He listen to anything he says.
Give me something. You know all this stuff. You did your research, right?
Yeah, I don't do politics. I do architecture. I'm just saying.
Then why you have this information if you
who
don't know
will
anything?
win. Your question is who will win.
Uh-huh.
I don't know because it's really tight right now.
And that's true. Yeah, I agree.
But I think you know better, and I think you're having.
No,
fun
I'm
with
asking you because you're the one making all these claims. You say you do all this research, but you don't know nothing.
I did research. I just said I've heard enough that I'm not going to vote for him.
Right,
That's all I
but
said.
so when I ask you what are those things that you
You're the
heard,
one saying I did the research. That's you.
yeah, because we talked about research. You mentioned the word research. My people are watching right now. We're live. They can tell you. Yeah, go ahead. Come on in, Julius. Yeah, come on in. Come on in. Yeah. If you want to come in, come on in. Come on in. Yeah. So I'm asking people who they think will win. Sorry about that. It's just
no.
On both sides, if you're gonna make a claim about something, I just want to know the proof.
Yeah. No,
Whether if you said like for
totally
example, people say Kamala slept her way to the top. Okay,
Yeah,
who she actually sleep with?
Right.
Willie Brown. That's one guy.
Right.
Like who else does she sleep with? And nobody could define that. So
Right.
I see it on both sides.
No,
Do you know
yeah.
what I mean? Real quick, let me
so-
speak a little bit closer. A little bit closer. All right, and so just
How
real
many
quick.
viewers we got right now?
I don't even know. I don't pay attention.
All right, it's
all right. So who do you think will win, Trump or Harris?
The truth is, it is too tight for me to tell, and both candidates make me really nervous.
Okay. Why does Harris make you nervous?
I would say a lot of her super neutral standpoints. Not a lot of. I'm sorry. The one that came to mind first is her standpoint on the war in between Israel and Palestine right now, and how inactive she's been regarding that. That's my answer.
Yeah, how does Trump make you nervous?
Trump makes me nervous because, I mean, I think Trump does really good with people's emotions. I think he plays really well on people's emotions, for the better and for the worse. And I think I would prefer a candidate from both sides that played more on logic and played more on laying out numbers and facts and made things a lot more clear. And it wasn't this weird dance around each other of, putting each other down. I would rather both candidates come. I mean, I know it's politics. I know that it's gonna get messy, right? But I would rather both people come with the utmost respect for each other and the other person's party and voters, and and really just hear each other out. The reason I actually approached you is because I wanted to see how you felt about the division in the country right now. How you feeling about that?
I think, in my opinion, I think humanity itself, I think we naturally get along. It's till we find out our ideology that separates us.
For sure.
And then when we have the media constantly telling us things that's not true, and even the politicians. For example, Kamala keeps telling her supporters Trump support Project 2025, and he disavowed it so many times.
Right.
On Trump's side, he said they're eating the cats, they're eating the dogs, and things like that. There is no actual proof of that because a picture was circulating where a guy was holding a duck. He just happened to be black, and people thought that he was a Haitian illegal immigrant.
For sure.
And so the right side took that and was like, oh, they're eating cats and dogs. So they like scoured the internet to look for anybody eating a cat and dog and say, see, they do it here. So it's just like this whole kind of like, what do you call it? Not cat and mouse, but this kind of
No, I know exactly
like
what you're saying, though.
both sides are misleading people, and it's better to be objective than to be kind of like in your feelings. Of, I feel like they're doing this. I feel like they're doing that.
I'd like also to add one thing that does make me nervous about Trump is how, I mean, this is pretty across the board. It's not just the Trump, I'm blanking on the word, the Trump's team right now. It's not just this election, but how strong and proud we have a lot of like neo-Nazi groups. I don't even want to call it right-wing extremism because a lot of it gets to like white supremacy. A lot of it gets to a lot of it's like dialogue of like ethnic cleansing. There's a lot of young men that kind of are soaking that up, and I would hope that you and I both agree. I'm sure that you do that. That's not good, right? That
I mean, extremism on both sides is never good.
On any in any plane, extremism is not good. And I think I'm not discounting what's it called? What's the left extremist group that like took over Portland and
Antifa? Yeah,
I'm not excusing Antifa. I'm not excusing extremism on any side, but I think. For example, from my point of view, my dad, before I was born, was a white supremacist. And by the time I was born, he wasn't anymore. But I remember growing up and him having an SS tattoo. And that's a really weird dynamic to have, you know, your father figure, you know, like the person that should be the representative of masculinity in your life from the beginning of your life. Had such extreme views, you know, and I remember my dad would say all sorts of shit, you know what I mean? But yeah, I think I've seen firsthand how toxic that can be, and even when you're not actively participating in extremism, how it can kind of like trickle into the rest of your life, you know?
Do you think it's extreme if, like, let's say black people said, I want to live in a neighborhood with just blacks? Is that extreme?
I think it's a little extreme. I understand, like, do you know, like, why? Is it just for comfort or safety?
Yeah, let's just say they just want to. Like, let's just say they just don't want to, like, it's a preference base. They just don't want to be around anybody else but their own race. Is that extreme or?
No, I wouldn't say that's extreme. I mean, white people have been doing that forever, right?
Yeah.
White people have been fucking redlining and shit like that all the time. And I mean, you look across the street at Land Park, you know, I mean, like, there's still neighborhood codes where you can't leave your garbage out and shit like that, or like black people can't move in. I've never read the code myself, but I've known people, I've had peers that have lived over there, and when they buy their house, like, they're handed a neighborhood code booklet, and it just hasn't been revised, is like what they say, you know. And I mean, there are black people that live in Land Park. They can't legally stop you, right? But it just hasn't been revised. Like, it shows how recent those kinds of things are, you know.
I mean, listen, some might say segregation is not a bad thing because the government was the one that actually forced integration on the American people.
I wouldn't say government mandated segregation is at all a good thing.
Well, no, but they compelled integration because back in the day, you have black people who did have their own communities. They believed in God, they had family, and then integration happened. I'm not saying it should be either or. I'm just saying this is what happened. Once they integrated, it seemed like things got worse because of this constant, you know.
What kind of things do you think that got worse? Just so I.
Like, for example, black people going into white schools and things like that. I mean, look at how public schools are today. Kids are fighting like every single day. There's always a fight with kids, and then it starts to trickle down to race. Now you got elementary schools teaching kids about you're oppressed because the white man and things like that. So it causes that division. You want to talk about division? It's happening in the schools. I would even argue maybe even here it's happening. I mean, I was here last time, and there's a table out. 'Cause there was colleges that was recruiting people.
Right.
And
I remember I walked past when you were doing it that day. I remember seeing you.
Okay.
That's why I wanted to come up this time and see what it was about.
Gotcha. Yeah, and there's a table out there talking about like gender studies and all this weird stuff, and it's just like, how does that benefit anybody? Like, oh, you know, you can love this same person, but if you disagree with that, somehow you're the enemy, but you can go against my Christianity. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
So there is no like equilibrium here.
I think that comes back to extremism too. I think, and coming back to my point of
or equality, I should say. Sorry.
I think it comes back to the first thing I was saying about sitting down and listening with respect to each side. I think everybody's entitled to their opinions. I mean, we do have on-campus ethnic studies classes. We have gender studies classes.
Right.
I think those concepts are important to higher education, especially.
Holy shit.
Damn, that's crazy. For those of y'all that can't see, there's a bee on his shoe right now, just chilling, hanging around.
I don't know how to feel about this, man.
I mean, he's just hanging out, dude.
I know, as long as they don't sting me. Here, let me just.
Like, a little click.
Whoop! Whoop!
Damn, he's holding on.
Whoop! All right, buddy. Gotta get off now. All right, buddy. Nice on the microphone.
I wonder if they could hear it. There he is. Oh, man, he's like on one.
I don't know what's going on, man. It's Kamala sending her drones after me.
Oh, my God. That's not...
I'm not going to stop it. You know, I'm just gonna,
No, yeah. That's cool.
It's cool.
We were talking about ethnic studies and gender studies courses. I think, especially with that being such a big part of our national dialogue right now, I think it's important for
matter of fact,
us to have those conversations.
Yes, last time I was here, or like a month ago I was here, a student was telling me that when the whole assassination thing happened with Trump,
the one in Pennsylvania?
Yeah.
Right.
His teacher was joking about it. And was so imagine if that's happening in here in the classes, what else is going on to brainwash people as if, oh, toxic masculinity, oh, you gotta recognize, you know, your whiteness and, you know, make black people feel safe. Like, that's insane.
Yeah.
We should be talking about how to be better people, how we can build things, how to be good fathers and mothers. That's what we should be talking about, right?
Is a big part of it, I think.
Because we don't build nothing no more. We just talk about everybody's feelings.
I think it's important to take into account people's feelings. I am a psychology major, and one of the reasons I'm so passionate about psychology is I know what it's like to be a young man without men in your life, you know, and rely heavily on your mother and your sister and your partner, you know. And I think I think family members and partners do have a duty to assist you, but I don't think it's their job to be your therapist, you know.
Yeah.
I think young men's mentorship is something that's without a doubt much needed right now, and I think
when it comes to that, I can totally agree. I'm talking about in the case of just telling people that, you know, you have to make people feel safe because of your race. Do you know what I mean? Like, a white person has to walk on eggshells around black people for what? Like, that, how is that fair to the white person to change their way of living for somebody else based on skin color? How is that not racist?
No, I see what you mean. It's a complicated subject, you know.
Yeah.
It is. Yeah, I think. Sorry for taking my time thinking about this.
No,
stuff, too.
it's all good. It's all good.
Can I peep these comments too?
I mean, there's comments and comments. Not saying people have bad comments, but it's just people have their own opinions. So
no matter what happens, there will always be division. That's true.
Yeah. What up, Roy? Sorry, I just saw Roy here. What up, Roy? We got Roy here. Gospel Warrior. What's up, Gospel Warrior?
I do think people being rooted in what time we got? I gotta get to class soon. Let me check real quick. Sorry.
No, you're good.
Oh, we got time. Okay. Yeah, I think I just want to comment on that comment too about getting on the side of Jesus. I think having a strong tie with religion or spirituality, I think it's different for different cultures and different, you know. I think as long as you have something, a root in a sort of an idea of a higher power, I think that is extremely beneficial. I think I think it gives people purpose to believe in something more than them.
Yeah.
And I think that is the role that I'm not specifically that person, but that kind of idea plays in people's lives. I think that's very important. I want to agree with that person.
Do you think that you ever will be? Like, you ever, like, come to God?
Oh, I got baptized at 16 on my own accord. Yeah, I think I do believe in God. My relationship with God is very intimate and very and is what I make it. And I think that's my standpoint. That's my viewpoint. You know, I think like everything, I could do better. You know, and I think that's a big part about my relationship with God too, or my relationship with whatever higher power people want to call it. You know, because I know everybody calls it something different. Yeah, I think it also ties into that mentorship I was talking about, having you know, guidance and having some moral rules to follow, you know, and I think a lot of those groups provide people with those rules, and a lot of those people and a lot of people need that. A lot of people are straight away. I think that could you know, heighten division, you know. Even if it's, I'm not even talking about Christianity versus Buddhism versus Hinduism versus Islam. I'm just saying, like, moral and unmoral people. You know, I think that's where a lot of division comes from too.
Yeah, I agree. There's lots of people that do have an immoral stance on things. I know, especially, like, I don't want to get too much into this, but, like, for abortion, for example, a lot of people are voting for Kamala because of her stance on abortion, which many people don't even realize that her running mate, Tim Walz, signed a bill to essentially allow abortion after birth. So I don't know how they feel about that. But
yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
How does that work after birth? Because I thought that would just be like
so they have a
post. What's it called? Postnatal or post.
I know what you're talking about. So his bill was called the PRO Act bill. Which was supposed to preserve life in the case of a baby being born alive after abortion. And so he changed the language from preserving life to caring for life. So it's kind of along the same lines that Governor Northam said in Virginia about a baby who survives a botched abortion. They care for it, and between the mother and the doctor, whether or not she wants to eradicate the baby. Which is something that's actually in the bill, to have that privacy between the woman and her doctor.
Right, and I think I highly value medical privacy. I highly value privacy in general.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think that's smart to keep it in between the mother and the doctor.
But we're talking about him being okay with unaliving a unborn child up until birth. That's why he couldn't answer the question in that debate with J.D. Vance.
How frequent are botched abortions, like statistically? Do you, off the top of your head, do you know?
I think they're very low, but the fact that it still happens, because a lot of pro-choicers or pro-abortionists, they always argue like the vast minority cases. So they'll talk about SA, things like that. Or what if a woman's SA, you know, we should have abortions, right? Well, that's a small percent. So then when the pro-lifers or abolitionists on the other side say that abortions up until birth is happening, but a small percent, they'll say it doesn't matter. But it does matter. If it matters to you about the SA, it's a vast minority, well, it should matter about the vast minority of babies who are being unalived up until birth.
Yeah, I think, adoption exists.
Yeah.
I think the relationship a mother has with a child that she births, whether it be completely on par with, you know, birth standards or whatever you want to call it, you know, like being a healthy baby is what I'm saying, versus if your baby, you know, is a botched abortion baby. I've honestly never heard of that. So as I'm speaking, I'm trying to grasp my head around it.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it is completely up to the mother, and of course the medical providers that counsel her through whatever's going on, just like any other medical issue, you know.
So, are you okay with baby being unalived then?
So I guess assisted euthanasia, like physician-assisted suicide, and maybe I think it's very nuanced. I think that it is something that should be available, but I do recognize it as something that could be abused.
Yeah. Do you believe in God's commandments?
God's commandments?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you believe that thou shalt not kill?
I do.
So why would you support unaliving an unborn baby if God says thou shalt not kill?
Tying back, I do believe in the right to privacy, but I also believe in the right to, make your own decision. I don't think that... I don't know if I'd have the power in me to do something like that. And I hope to God that I never will have to be put in that situation. I could only assume that it's a terrible, super painful position to be put in, to even consider something like that.
Yeah. But wouldn't it be, if you have a relationship with God, wouldn't you think that he would want you to be more on board with saving a life rather than being okay with a life being taken?
So when I was talking about physician assisted, and let me remind you, I'm still trying to wrap my head around this because this is a pretty new concept. I'm going to set my coffee down.
No, it's okay.
I think, say, if the baby... So I just don't... I also would like to know more, I guess, about what the condition of a baby is when it's like a botched abortion. I didn't know that was a possibility.
Yeah.
I mean, now that you're saying it, I could imagine that it is, right? But
otherwise, it wouldn't have that bill if it wasn't possible. You know what I mean?
I understand. Yeah. Let's come back to it. Is that cool?
Sure, that's fine.
Yeah, I don't want to shy away from it. I don't want to run away from it. But it is it's a very heavy concept. Yeah.
Will you at least think about it?
Absolutely. Yeah. Okay. I'm not closed minded. That's why I wanted to come up to you and talk about division, and
I appreciate that.
Just I've always wanted to do one of these,
No, it's all good.
But also I always watch these videos of people coming up to people and talking and just spouting and not listening, or on both sides, or
well, this is why I like, so for me personally, this is why I like doing it live, because people can see in real time that I'm not just chopping up the videos to push a narrative.
Is this on YouTube or Instagram?
YouTube and Facebook.
Okay.
So I always don't get me wrong, I clip these for the YouTube shorts.
Sure.
But I don't edit that part out.
Before I leave, let me get your YouTube too, okay?
Yeah. I'll just say real quick. When I clip these, I clip people's answers, but I don't chop those answers. That makes sense? So let's say I say, who do you think is going to win? And you say Trump, and I say, why Trump? And you give me your answer. That's what I'll clip, but I won't chop your answer up. I'll just show the actual...
You're not, doing heavy editing and stuff like that.
Exactly. Yeah. So I try to do that so people can get kind of straight to the point of what I'm asking. Yeah, but how you and I are just talking, I like people seeing this so they can see we're actually having the conversation. I'm not just doing gotchas. I'm not
right.
Because that's just lame to me. It's I don't like doing gotchas.
And that's why I came up too, and I'm more trying to take this, I don't know how to explain it, but the standpoint of just want to talk to you, and just see pick your brain, you pick my brain, and that's it. Saw the last conversation you had with the guy about where's the facts and stuff like that.
Guy?
Yeah. And I just
well, so with him, the reason why I'm kind of a little more passionate with him, because if you're going to say a narrative, and the way that he did it too, he's talking about, Trump said bad things about a military person, which was Vanessa Guillen. She was SA a long time ago. It was really bad what happened to her. But nonetheless, he makes this claim, and I say, well, where's the proof of that? He doesn't have no proof. And I told him, I said, well, her sister came out and didn't like the fact that the media was using her sister for propaganda, and her sister still voted for Trump because Trump came and saw her family and gave condolences. So the fact that the media is taking this story and running with it, it's a made-up story. There's zero proof Trump said this. So when I asked the guy that, he had no, and he mentioned doing research. I said, how come you didn't research that? How come I know this and you don't? So it's on both sides. That's why I say you gotta be careful what you say. Just running around with a certain narrative and telling everybody about it, now you're misleading people and swaying them to kind of decide, I like this person, I don't like this person based on what somebody said. with the information. I try to be as objective as possible on both sides because I think it's important to know the truth and not just say what the media said and go around saying it. You know what I mean?
I do. Yeah, it is important to make an educated decision. I think that cannot be stressed enough. Yeah. So you live in Sac.
Mm-hmm.
Aside from our presidential election, how else did you vote? Like say maybe propositions or
I try to look at local what's going on. Try to know who's for example, I believe Mayor Steinberg is going to step down from being mayor.
Yep.
And we got Flo Kofer and Kevin McCarty.
Yeah.
I think they're both bad in my opinion.
Okay.
Especially Flo.
Okay.
I don't like her stance on anything. I have a certain issue with her. I don't want to get too much into it, but I have my issues with her. McCarty, I just don't like both of them. I think they're both not good. If I had to choose, I'd go with McCarty, but I don't even like him either. So there's no conservative Republican running for mayor, which sucks. 'Cause I wish we had that. And our only two options is two Democrats. One is just more radical than the other.
Right.
And so
and the more radical one you're talking about is Flo, I'm
Yeah.
guessing. Okay.
Yeah. People think she's cool because she's articulate, but I've watched her interviews, and when she's asked a question, she doesn't answer it. She says, "I'm not a politician," but then when she gets asked a question, she answers like a politician, which is funny because on her website they have a Q&A, and they ask her, "Will you defund the police?" She didn't even answer the question, even on her Q&A. She didn't even answer the question.
I think if I remember right, when she was asked about defunding the police, she said she didn't explicitly say no, but she emphasized the need for better resources surrounding, homeless response, mental health crises.
Like in the social worker?
Right.
Which doesn't do good at all, because what happens when a social worker gets harmed? Who you going to call when a social worker gets harmed? You gotta call the police.
Yeah, I see what you mean. I actually think one day I might be a social worker too, and that is it is a thought. It's a possibility.
I'm not saying that it's wrong with it. I'm just saying if you're gonna put these social workers in situations where they can't handle, who are you gonna call? Besides Ghostbusters, no, I'm kidding.
Right.
But
Halloween, no.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's who you gonna call? You're gonna eventually call the police if something were to happen. So I think in a way that could potentially put people more in danger if they show up to calls where they can't handle. Because sometimes there can be homeless people that just are sporadic. And what do you do when that person's like, oh my God, and then something happens?
Yeah, usually you 5150 them, right?
And what happens too is that I noticed with Democrats, they'll create this problem and then come in and solve it and act like they didn't even do it in the first place. That's what I don't like about it.
Which kind of problem are you talking about in this case?
So, for example, Kamala Harris and Biden-Harris administration, a lot of illegals came in because they were for open borders. And look at what happened when they came in. In New York alone, majority of the violent crime, 75% is of illegal aliens. Women have gotten SA because of it. One died because of it. Lincoln Riley happened under Biden's watch. We've had more illegals come in this administration than any president in history. So, and then when Biden wants to actually do something about the border, it's around the time of election year. So it's they create the problem and they act like they're going to fix it. And then you had Karine Jean-Pierre, the press secretary, tell the American people at every press conference, the border is secure. The border is secure. Well, if that's the case, why are millions coming through?
Yeah, I think it's another complex. None of this shit is easy, but
Under Trump it was.
I think that
his first presidency, he had less than 1 million people annually come in,
right?
Because he had the zero tolerance policy,
right?
which vetted people
to militarize the border almost.
Yeah,
not necessarily.
Not militarized, but what he did was his zero tolerance policy made it so that they could actually vet people who are coming in. That's why when they were trying to say, oh, he's separating children at the border. No, it's because adults were bringing kids who were not theirs, trying to get into the country. So they had to separate them to know, is this adult this child's parent? That's why they had to separate them.
I see what you mean, yeah.
You know what I mean? So I like the zero tolerance policy when it came to that. But under the Biden administration, Trump even had the remain in Mexico policy. Biden undid that. So they created a problem and then act like they're going to fix it. That's why Kamala's like, oh, we're going to secure the border. But the border is not her main issue. She doesn't care. She didn't care this time. She's not going to care when she's president, if she's president.
I think as a country built on immigration, that we should, kind of, I wouldn't say free up, but, make the immigration process more accessible. I think that's...
Well, it is. So when people come here, they get vetted. And then, yeah, it takes time. There's a process, but there is a process. When we allow illegal aliens to come in and they can just come right on in and then they get government assistance, that's not fair, because then we discount our veterans, we discount the American people who work hard, and now their tax dollars are being taken to give to illegal aliens. That's not fair. This family of 5 whose father or mother is working really hard to actually make ends meet, and then this illegal comes in and just gets benefits just like that. I don't think that's fair.
No, I see why you're frustrated, and I do think it is.
Especially you got drug cartel, like drugs coming in.
Yeah, I mean, there's no exception for that.
You know
Obviously,
what I mean?
right. I think anybody with ill intent or a criminal background shouldn't be accepted, right?
Yeah.
I think that's pretty obvious. I mean, almost every country, I think, does that.
Yeah, that's why they have to change the language. They change it to undocumented immigrant when it's illegal. Like the word, because they don't want it to be. The moment you use illegal, it's illegal. You're in this country illegally. So why do you get to have all these help for something that's illegal? It's like you can't break into my home because that's illegal, but you get to break into my country.
Yeah,
it makes no sense.
Yeah, it's verbiage. A lot of politics is, verbiage and stuff. I do. I think programs to support people wanting to move to America and going back, I think that further, trying to think of the right word, but I don't want to say loosening, because I think just making it more accessible. I think a large part of it is money for a lot of people. I don't come from a family of immigrants. I feel like, on this topic, I probably am not, the most valued opinion on this. I think that the people that I know that are immigrants and the people that I know that come from families of immigrants, kids who were born here but their families are, still undocumented or, but they've been here for like 2 decades, I think I see such a drive in those people to be accepted, and make a home here. Sure. and kind of introduce themselves in nothing less than a positive way, and I'm not at all justifying, like we talked about, drug cartels or sex trafficking or anything like that, right? But the people who want to be here, really want to fucking be here, but they're
still here illegally, though. Even if they want to be here, you still gotta go, because you gotta think all the people that come in and like legally, they're going through the system to be properly vetted so that they can actually be a citizen of this country. How come they get overlooked by the illegals?
How do you feel about people like getting here, overstaying their visa, and then becoming legal citizens?
Like, you mean like the people who came in here legally?
They came here legally on like a visa or a work visa or whatever, right?
Yeah.
Vacation visa, whatever.
And they overstay it?
They overstayed it.
Yeah, that's not good either.
And then after that, they become citizens.
Yeah, that's not good either, because then you're abusing the system.
The abuse is by overstaying, and then and then
because if they have a expired date to be here, and then they go over that expiration date, kind of still stay around. That's not good either, because you're abusing the system by doing that. And that's not right to do. You come into our country to abuse the system. We allowed you to come in, and now you're going to throw it in our faces by abusing the system. That's not fair.
No, I definitely can see your standpoint. I think
It's no different than me moving into your home.
Right,
All of a sudden, I just kick my feet up on your. Right, right.
thing,
You know what I
right, I
mean?
understand.
I kick my feet up. I'm chilling. And you're like, hey, you gotta leave. I'm like, nah, I'm gonna chill, bro.
Yeah.
You know
I
what I mean?
think, yeah, I'm not an immigration specialist. You know, I'm not.
I'm not either.
Right. I think.
I just know what I know. You know.
No, for sure. I just want to emphasize that. You know, standing for drug cartel and sex trafficking and people coming from other countries to do that kind of thing I don't know anybody that would logically agree with letting those people in, right? I think in the case of people who are working here and sending money home, because the U.S. dollar is worth way more from wherever they're coming from. I respect the hustle, honestly, I really do. I understand that it's maybe not the cleanest, by definition or whatever, but so long as they're not making that money, harming people, I think I don't have it in myself to get in the way of that.
Well, you don't think that it harms Americans to take their tax dollars and go towards people that either here illegally or overstaying their visa? That hurts the American people, because then hi.
How are you?
What's so funny? Huh?
He's gonna win.
You said Trump?
No, she said, who do you think?
Who I think? I don't know actually. I mean, I'm leaning towards Trump, but I have no idea.
Everybody guessing because it's only a few more days.
Yeah.
Who do you want to win?
I don't know.
You want Kamala to win?
I don't know any of those two people.
Oh, okay, that's fair.
But Trump has been very active, and sometimes he make a lot of mistakes. So.
Well, he was president the first time around.
Yeah.
We had low gas when he was president. That gas was real nice, huh? Yeah, that gas was real nice.
He did not really care what he is talking about sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, Trump says things, whatever, but his actions speak louder. Like I said, we had low gas, energy independent.
So what are you doing for him? You are going to advertise for him to take a picture of the students?
No, I'm talking about both.
Is he taking pictures, huh?
No, it's actually on me.
It's a video, yeah. It's
Yeah.
mostly on him. But we're talking about like the differences mostly between them and
so you're talking about the
Yeah, both of them.
more having a discourse. Yeah.
What kind of organization you are in?
My own organization, just
Your
me.
own?
He's the founder
Yeah.
and CEO.
One person organized.
Yep, lone wolfing over here. No security.
You are trying to talk
Yeah.
to him, right?
No security
Yeah, I
around
just want
me.
to see what he thought, and just
I need your vest.
no, this is mine.
This is all. I
This
need
is
another
mine.
one.
You can't have this one.
For sale. the
No,
whole
no,
body.
no.
Are you gonna vote?
Yeah, undecided.
You gonna vote for Kamala? Or you gonna vote for Trump?
Why you want people to guess who is going to win?
I'm
People to guess, right?
because
Who
it's
will
so
win?
close. I'm curious to know who people kind of like, who they leaning towards, who they want to win.
Hey, I'm gonna hop out.
Mhm.
I got class. What
Good
was your
meeting.
name?
Julius.
Julius.
Mhm.
Let me get your. I'm so sorry. Let me get your
It's okay.
YouTube real quick.
Yeah.
That's you are.
That's me.
I like that time.
Thank you very much. It's my great grandfather's.
Just put TODAY
TODAY
space
space
WITH
WITH.
space JULIUS.
Did I spell that right?
Boom, there I am.
There you are,
Thank you,
live.
man. Appreciate
Oh,
you, man.
Julius, it was a pleasure to speak with you.
Yeah.
I look forward to seeing you again.
Yeah,
Have
God
a
bless,
good one.
man. Yep,
Be
you
safe.
too. Thank you.
I like your style, cowboy.
So, do you want Kamala to win?
Kelly
Okay.
And Clint Eastwood.
So you
But,
got
what
you
do
got
you think? Yourself, you don't know, right? You don't know.
I don't know.
Because 5 more days.
Yeah, 5 more days. I don't know. I hope Trump wins,
I
but
read some online, and they talk about Harris.
yeah, good things and bad things.
Yeah.
Is it good things being said about her, or is it bad things?
I don't know. It's hard to decide, right?
Yeah.
They're both good or bad, you know. And Harry doesn't have a lot of experience. That's another thing, you know, we worry about.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, she's been DA. She was a senator. She was the vice president. Yeah.
VP don't do much, you know.
Well, she's supposed to.
Just one of the staff.
Yeah, she's supposed to check on the border, but she didn't do that. So
Yeah.
she was the border czar.
So it's hard. They are
Yeah.
kind of up and down. Right now it's time, you know.
Yeah.
So
I
it's
get-
hard. We don't want to talk political in college.
I think they do though. I mean, everything's politics. These tables out here are politics alone. I mean, they got multicultural.
Most people
They had
talk to which
LGBT
one
over
they
there.
like. Most of them, which one they like.
Yeah. Well, so far I got Kamala. I had one for Trump, and like that was it. So.
Yeah, they honest to tell you, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, interesting. Sometimes it's when it they both should not be in public, but they do, and then they learn a little bit more.
Yeah.
So we don't know. It's hard, you know. I wish them well, both of them.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's all.
Yeah. I can totally see that.
I'm going to leave campus. I'm done here.
All right. Have a good one. All right.
See you. Good luck.
Yep. Thank you. God bless. What's up, guys? What do you guys think? Who's gonna win?
Who's gonna win?
If you had to guess.
I think Harris gonna win.
Who do you want to win?
Miss Harris.
Why? Like what stands out about her that makes you want her to win?
To be honest, she's not I'm not sure if I'm gonna say this crazy now.
Speak your piece.
She's not a predator, like a rapist.
What do you mean? You say Trump is?
I believe so.
Do you have proof of that?
Right.
You said what?
When he
Wait, hold on. What you just said right now, did he do that, or was that something that he said based on?
For someone to like openly so joke about harassing women, and he's also been talking about taking away like certain people's rights, not just women but other minorities.
What rights is he gonna take away?
He wants to take away the right to vote, like free, like how we do freedom. Like, how you gonna take away the right to vote for a certain minority?
Did he say that?
I mean, he incites that. You don't have to say something to actually.
How did he incite that? Like, what did he say to incite that?
Okay, so even if Trump didn't incite it, the people who he support or who he has backing under him say those things.
Well, who said that though? Because here's why I asked. Here's why I asked.
Yeah.
Because we run around with information that we just say with zero proof, and we go and tell everybody else that. So now they're misled because you just say something that you have no idea about.
I have a question. I don't know this guy name. Maybe you could remind me his name. What about the guy who called Puerto Rico
Tony Hinchcliffe? You mean the gay guy?
He's gay?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh. What's wrong with being gay though?
No, not only being gay, but here's what's funny. The left makes a big deal about this gay stuff. He's a gay guy, and now they're hating on him. Isn't that homophobic?
Wait, the left I thought the left like gay people though.
They do, but they're hating on Tony for making the. He makes a joke. He goes by Kill. He goes by Kill Tony. He makes jokes all the time. He's a comedian. He makes jokes all the time. Go watch his roast against Kevin Hart and everybody else, and Tom Brady.
I'm not saying that.
That guy's a comedian.
I'm not saying because I didn't find
Dave
it funny
Chappelle
that
made
it's
fun
not
of
a
the
joke.
LGBT.
I'm not saying that just because I didn't find it funny that it's not a joke, but I don't see what was the joke about calling Puerto Rico a trash island.
Well, so what's actually funny is that there's actually facts to that. Because there's a headline from the Black Star News that reported that Puerto Rico actually has a trash problem and there's calls for waste management.
What about our trash problem? Because I feel like we can classify New York as a trash island.
Oh, we got trash everywhere, all across this country.
So how come we won't point that out instead of pointing Puerto Rico out?
I mean, listen.
And we have a lot of Puerto Ricans.
I don't know his reason for do that, but the thing is, that was his joke, and Trump's campaign disavowed that.
I don't know. I just feel like I can't vote for Trump because he stands against. I'm not saying like Harris doesn't have her flaws.
Yeah.
I could see.
Well, she was vice president for the past 4 years. What has she really done that really helped American people?
Right.
Like, what did she do? Because think about it, right? If she had major accomplishments, her and Biden, they'd be talking about that on the news. But they never really talk about big accomplishments like that. So why vote for somebody who has no accomplishments?
I heard one accomplishment is, so you know how during COVID and we got the stimulus checks?
Mm-hmm.
That the Democratic Party were the ones to put that on Trump's desk for him to sign it to approve us to get the stimulus check. So
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting how Obama kind of brought it up now rather than like a year ago, 2 years ago. Like, why are you bringing it up now all of a sudden? So I don't know if I really buy that. But nonetheless, like, what does it matter? People got money, so what?
I mean, that's how the regular American view. It doesn't matter who put it.
Yeah.
Sign
People got
it.
money. No one complained when they got that check, though, right? They don't care how it happened. They got money.
Right.
So does that really matter what Obama says?
I also looked into the fact that the Democratic Party also didn't they donate like almost $1 billion to like HBCUs, and all of the HBCUs we have are in the South. So
Yeah, Trump actually helped out. Trump helped out HBCUs too. Matter of fact, I think Obama did, but not as much as the way Trump did. Trump helped out a lot of HBCUs, and the HBCUs can actually back it up. Just go watch interviews. You'll watch it.
Do you have like a quote, like how much he donated? Because I know that the Democratic Party donated like at least.
Yeah, I don't have the actual like quote, but I can tell you for sure I've seen interviews where HBCUs actually thanked Donald Trump for actually helping them out.
Right.
Because he cared about them.
Okay. To be honest, I feel like it's lesser of the two evils.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing, here's what I would say, right? 'Cause like I said, information is important. If we say, I think Donald Trump's a essayer because he said grab him by the... Let me give you context to that. He was with Billy Bush on the Access Channel, right? They were on this bus. Billy Bush actually saw a woman that was hot to him. So he's pointing out the hot chick, and Trump's like, oh, yeah. And then he's like, when you're a star... Trump said when you're a star, they let you do it. He's implying that women allow him to do that. So is it really Trump, or is it the women who are allowing it? You get what I'm saying?
You know that word you just said, context?
Mm-hmm.
That is very important. Context is very important.
It is. They were having a conversation about how hot a chick is.
Yeah.
People don't, come on now. You never see a man be like, yo, she's kind of hot.
You know what? I can't really like say Trump is a
essayer?
Man with honor, because he was saying a guy who said that if his daughter wasn't his daughter, he'll definitely holler at her.
Yeah, it's definitely weird to say that. I'll be honest. Yeah, it's weird.
I mean, he says a lot.
But that was before he was president, though.
It really doesn't matter. He's been a businessman I'm pretty sure since before you were born.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he has been around so, I'm not saying because when you are, birds of a feather flock together.
Sure.
So he has been pictured with so many people who have been convicted, if they weren't convicted, who have been especially, disappeared or murdered, who are in connections of human trafficking.
Sure.
And basically exploiting people for their bodies and whatever they do.
Yeah, but that has nothing to do with Trump, though.
Trump's
not at fault. Well, if that's the case, then Barack Obama took pictures with Diddy, and Diddy's now convicted. Did that make Barack Obama a suspect?
Probably. You wanna know? Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, well, you're consistent, so that's good.
Yeah, I don't view as any party as like better than the other for the sole fact they both have their negatives.
Yeah, and I'm not out here to sway people towards one either or. I'm just curious on what people think and who they want to win. Because what I find interesting is that people have information on both sides.
Right.
Like they'll say like, I don't like Trump because he's racist. When I ask how they're racist, they can't think of anything. This guy earlier I was arguing with was like, Trump said something bad about Vanessa Guillen, the military girl who got essayed and I guess killed. And I said, well, no, the Hispanic girl.
Oh, the Hispanic girl?
Yeah.
Okay.
I asked him, I said, well, where's the proof that he said that? Couldn't give me any proof. But I gave him proof that her sister came out and said that was bad. What the media did was to use her sister to do propaganda. And her sister voted for Trump because Trump saw her family and gave condolences. And she still voted for Trump. So why would somebody vote for Trump if he said something bad about her sister? That makes no sense.
I feel like people experience a thing called cognitive dissonance, and because I've seen a lot of people who support Trump even though Trump goes even if he doesn't come out outwardly and say like, I'm against this, he incites some kind of violence, like
Well, can you-
Charlottesville riots. He didn't outwardly condemn.
How-
He just said,
how did he-
it was a bad thing that happened. But at the same time, he incited, just like he did.
How did he incite that?
January 6th.
How did he incite the Charlottesville? What did he say?
He basically said how these people, he just said negative things about these people. And he didn't outwardly condemn the brutal murders that happened. That
Well,
didn't even happen.
You know who he was talking about, right? So he was talking about the actual protesters, not the neo-Nazis guys. He actually disavowed that. You can actually look this up on. You can actually look it up on YouTube right now. Trump disavows neo-Nazi, and you can see him at his press conference. Says, "I disavowed neo-Nazis, white supremacists." He's talking about the actual protesters. He said there are good people on both sides. Those protesters.
How is there
with-
good people on both sides?
He's talking about the actual protesters, like the ones who were not the neo-Nazis, but the actual protesters who had nothing to do with that. He's talking about them because he knows that they have a right to protest, so he recognizes that on both sides. So he was not talking about the neo-Nazis. And then the thing with January 6th, he didn't incite that at all. He actually told people to be peacefully and patriotically let your voices be heard. Then when stuff got bad, he tweeted out and said, be peaceful. Then he said law and order.
Was that after the fact or during the fact?
No, so at 2:13 when it happened, 2:13 p.m. it happened. 27 minutes later on, about 20 minutes later on, he tweeted out and said, be peaceful. Then after that, like not that long, like half an hour maybe, he said law and order. Then he makes a video and says, you gotta go home now. You gotta be peaceful.
I understand that, but at the same
So how does he incite something when he's saying to be peaceful?
The people who support him have violent tendencies.
But you realize that people were mostly, so would you agree that the BLM protests were mostly peaceful?
I feel like when it comes to when it's an issue that has been a continued, people get frustrated.
Oh, of course.
So people are going to protest,
Mhm.
and they're going to have. I'm not saying what happened during BLM. was-
But you agree that mostly was peaceful, right? The BLM, they were mostly peaceful?
I feel like when it comes to black people, it's very different. Our history is.
But you would agree that it was mostly peaceful though, right? Because there were some riots happening, but most.
We can't be peaceful all the time as a country.
But no. But what I'm saying is that there were riots that happened in BLM, but there were people who were peaceful. Would you agree with that? Like ones who just march in. Right. So the same thing happened with January 6th. If you watch the actual footage, a lot of people were really peaceful. It was just a few and some who were undercover as Trump supporters who were banging on windows. Matter of fact, when they were banging on windows, Trump supporters were saying, hey, don't do that. They were literally saying not to do that.
I don't think there would be like a Democrat sitting up here participating in January 6th and assaulting random people. Like January 6th, like there's still people being convicted to this day for their.
And I got friends who were actually convicted who did nothing wrong, who were just there.
Yeah, because they're guilty by association.
But they weren't. But if we're going to talk about being peaceful, they were being peaceful and still got arrested and locked up for doing nothing.
If you look back at it, you can see some like if during that time when that happened, you can see that it was gonna go wrong.
But it actually wasn't. Do you agree that two things can be true at once?
Yeah.
Okay, so what the media showed you was all the riots. What they didn't show you was all the peacefulness. All the men who were saying, "Don't break the windows," literally saying that.
But if there's like
that matters, right?
There's like two people saying, "Huh?"
No, it was a whole group of men saying, "Don't break the windows."
If you have like a whole group of men saying, "Don't break the windows," but you have maybe two people who got big ass boulders in their hands. What could you really do? You can't really do nothing.
I mean, saying something is good.
But I mean,
better to say something than say nothing, right? I mean, isn't silence violence?
I feel like that was low key, like that was terrorism against our own country by our own people.
Hold on. So BLM was about to march to the Capitol.
BLM happened because black people get murdered
By police officers?
Yeah, even though.
Are you talking about at a very low rate? They actually don't
that's a
though.
low rate compared to white people because there's more white people in this country than black people.
So just because there's more doesn't mean that it's necessarily true.
I do know there are a lot of white people who get.
They get killed by police officers. So if your definition is more,
there's more times where police are called to those kind of scenes than our kind of scenes.
yeah, but actually
So, of course,
officers are
there's more
actually
white people murdered than black people.
But officers are actually more hesitant to actually shoot a black person. They're more hesitant. Matter of fact, look at the incident, and this is all reports from the FBI. Look at the incident happened in Florida with Elroy Clark. Did you hear about Elroy Clark?
No, I know about Stephon Clark.
Yeah, well, we know about Stephon Clark. I actually know his brother.
Right, I know his grandma was just in the news recently. Well, I know about Stephon Clark, even though he had a criminal past, and he was running from the police at the time.
Yeah, shouldn't he like not have ran?
There is a overall problem. He was in his grandma's backyard.
But he ran from the police though.
There's plenty of people who run from the police. If you have a thing called fight response. He ran.
Mm-hmm. If he didn't run, he'd be safe right now. He'd be alive right now.
Our police, not just.
You said what?
I said he didn't run far though. He was right in his backyard, and they just like ran back there with him.
Well, because what the report said was that he was breaking into cars, and so when the police approached him, he ran. When he ran to get to his grandma's house, what happened was I actually talked to an officer about this too. When they confronted him in his backyard, he reached in his hand to pull his cell phone out and said, "F you." This is in the reports too. He said, "F you," and went like this. The police thought it was the gun, and that's why they shot him. So I'm not saying it's right. I'm saying that's what happened. But the problem is that the media will paint it as, see, black folks are dying. If you look at the actual statistics, it's just not true. So I'm not saying that police brutality isn't a thing, because police officers can act stupid. I don't like that. What I'm saying is the way the media paints it, as if you just walk anywhere, you're going to be hurt by a white person or an officer. It's just not true.
I disagree for the sole fact. I grew up in the Bay Area, and you get treated a lot differently by the police department.
Yeah, which I don't agree with them acting like stupid. I don't agree with that.
To be honest, I feel like our police in general just are not equipped to deal with people who do struggle with their mental health. Because, for example,
I can agree with that.
When I was living in Vallejo, there was that case where Willie McCoy, he got shot in Taco Bell drive-thru. He was passed out in his car at first, and he did have a weapon on him. But
yeah. So even with that case, right?
They fired too many times. They overkill.
Yeah, sure. I totally agree with you. Here's what I'll say to that. I'm not trying to defend him. I'm just trying to give you like a whole different look. So he's in his car with his gun. Now, mind you,
his gun was in the back seat though. He was passed out when they came up.
I thought it was in his lap. Wasn't it in his lap? Because I remember watching the video and it was in his lap,
okay,
and he passed out.
He was passed out.
Right. So, in the officer's mind,
on drugs too?
that I don't know. If he wasn't, that's on him. But nonetheless, the way the officer sees it is that he sees the guy with the gun. He doesn't know what he did or what he's going to do. So when he wakes up, first thing he can do is just start shooting, right? I'm saying like that's what the officer's thinking. Now, them with the overkill, I don't agree with that at all. I really don't. I just don't agree with overkill. I think like why you need to shoot that many bullets to somebody, right? That's why I said I don't like when officers overdo it. I used to be kind of pro police, but I saw how officers were acting during 2020 with the lockdowns, and I said, yeah, these people aren't good.
I think certain things just be a part of adrenaline. Their adrenaline is up, so they just shoot. But somebody shooting the gun ain't gonna shoot once. Just like when you shooting at a gun range, you ain't gonna shoot the thing one time. So I think
it's like overkilling in the gun range. Yeah. Yeah, like I said, I'm not for overkill. You know what I mean? Unless they're actual threat, I understand it. But if there's a guy in his car, he has a gun. I mean, it should take precaution, but the overkill shouldn't have been.
In order to shoot, so when you shoot somebody and somebody weighs more than somebody else, they don't know the stopping power of how many bullets could stop him or him. You know, it's the disparity.
See, but so I can agree with all of that. But I think what I have the issue with is just how the media presents it. It's like that overkill. They can say, "Oh, it happened because he was black." You get what I'm saying? It's just a poor decision on the police officer. It's not because the guy was black.
But y'all talking about the overkill thing. You said you're against police overkilling. What about Trump in agreement, or he wants to make it a thing where police are basically immune to the law instead of protecting the servant? They're immune to.
I'll be honest with you on that one. I heard about that. I haven't looked in. No. I'm saying.
All the time on TikTok.
Yeah. I'm not saying that he didn't say it. I'm saying that I didn't look into it to know like what answer to actually give you. If he did say that, or he did say it, but I'm curious to know like what he means by that, because sometimes people will say something, the media takes it, twists it. If you actually look into what their policy is about that, it'll make a lot more sense.
I mean, I understand what you're saying. Like, context is important.
It is, 100%.
Since I've been seeing his lives, if not like every day on TikTok, I'm not sure why. 'Cause I'm not even like a Republican.
But that's good that you're actually watching though, so you know what he's saying. You should hold him accountable for that too. I appreciate that.
I'm not saying like he's the only person who lies, because he's not. But I literally seen him like literally lie about things that he said in the past, like about him. What's he say about like our soldiers who died in Afghanistan? He called them, what he called?
The suckers and losers?
Suckers and losers.
That didn't happen.
He did say that.
No, that's actually debunked. No, it was debunked. He never said that. That never came out of his mouth. Do you know what the Mandela effect is? Where you think you know something but didn't happen? Yeah, that's not what happened. That's not what happened. It got debunked. The media debunked that. Yeah. He didn't know. It got debunked. Like the media debunked it. I would encourage you. No, if I'm wrong, let me know. But I'm telling you, they debunked it. He didn't call them suckers and losers.
Okay, I'm gonna have to look it up.
I encourage you. Did you have a question?
I gotta go though. You know what I'm
Hey,
saying?
it was good talking to you guys though. Always do your research though.
Right, for real. Have a good day.
Yeah, you too. Yep. So you gonna vote Trump? No, I'm just kidding. He said, yeah. W. All right. So just want to say to you guys, I appreciate you guys for watching still. I know I haven't really got a lot of people to come up and talk to me. Some people were kind of shy to come up and talk to me, but hopefully we'll try to get some more. I think my phone is at, let me see, 25%. So, maybe I'll come back up here Monday and try to figure it out. Do a part 2 of this because we didn't really get that much people to talk to me. So my phone's on 25%. Hopefully we'll get at least 1 or 2 more to talk to me, and we'll go from there. So, but it's been good so far. It's been good. Had a conversation with the young man. That was pretty good. So hopefully, like I said, we'll get at least 1 more person. Try to squeeze in 1 more person. We shall see. My lips are getting dry. I'm thirsty. I'm gonna take a little drink break real quick. All right. Okay. Last thing I'll say, and again, thank you guys for watching. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you guys share this out if you think this is good content. Like I said, I'll try to squeeze out 1 more person. My phone is on 25%, so hopefully we'll try to talk to at least 1 more person and go from there. My apologies if I missed you guys' comments. Like I said, hopefully we'll get at least 1 more person. Somebody dropped their scarf. Somebody dropped their scarf right here. Is that somebody's scarf? What's up, guys? What do you guys think? No? Alright. Hold on, guys. All right. I'm gonna definitely do a part 2 of this for sure. Alright, my phone about to die. What's up, Loretta? We got Julie, Flea Market. What's up, guys? How many in the chat know of Trump's acts of kindness? I think there's a lot of acts of kindness. Alright, I'm gonna pack it up now. Cause my phone's gonna die. Alright. Alright guys, I'm gonna get out of here because my phone is about to die. It's on 20%. So I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here. I'll probably come back Monday for sure and get some last minute thoughts on who they think's gonna win. Hopefully we'll get some people to talk to me. So we'll see what's up. So appreciate you guys for watching. Make sure you guys hit that like button. Make sure you guys subscribe. If you're not subscribed, comment below what you guys think about today's video. Appreciate you all. God bless you guys. God bless your family. God bless the world. I will see you guys on the next one. Have a good one, guys.